Hey, what's going on, everybody on YouTube? How's everybody doing? I'm doing just fine. Doing awesome, actually. So today, welcome back to another building tips and tricks video where I have 5 different well designs for you today. And yeah, let's take a look at them. So this first one is a very simple well design here that's going to be in your little village or next to your house or whatever you may desire. We're using cauldrons as extra buckets that are filled off to the side, and or just to replicate that in a sense. We have chests and barrels and a little lantern over here for a little bit of storage. You can imagine this being like in a foresty home with a cabin or within a village. It's a very simple yet a very effective well, or a very good well design here. And then we're using walls here, so we're using a little bit of walls, some andesite walls as well. It's a very simple design, as you can see. So I'll let you guys get a good look at it, just in case you want to build this yourself. And we use like this little trapdoors up here for the top, a little bit of a grindstone, and then the chain goes all the way down into wherever you want in the well. And then we just have some scenery around just to kind of make it fit in a little bit better. But yeah, I love this little simple well design. Little flower pot off to the side here, add a little bit of color as well to the build. And yeah, I just think it really ties everything in very nicely and would look really good inside of a village or next to a small little cottage inside of the woods. So this next design is basically another version of the last design that I showed you, and it's a little bit different. We're using some upside down stairs here in the corners instead of the walls, as you can see, and we're replacing everything with nethery themed blocks. But as you can see, we have different decorations around, of course. We have the wither skull right here instead of like the water, obviously. Maybe this is a lava well. Maybe you're trying to get something else out of this well here. We have the soul fire lantern over here, which is looking very bright compared to all of this, but it looks pretty good nevertheless. We have this nice little warped tree over here, the I forget what this is called. Oh, the crimson tree. That's right. Not the warps over here. But yeah, this looks really, really cool. So essentially all we're doing is the same thing as the last design, just replacing a few things with, you know, the nether blocks and all that. This is going to look the best in the nether. But if you have this sort of theme going on within your village or kingdom, it might fit that as well. But overall, I think this is a very nice little design and something unique for the nether. This one is probably my favorite design out of a lot of them that we're going to see today, just because I love that it's end themed. You don't see a lot of end theme things, but I love that the warped wood really goes well with the end. Like, it really matches nicely with the end portal frame block and just ender chests in general. And also obsidian looks really, really nice with this warp combination, and the end stone combination really looks really cool. I just love it. And also you can see this is a bigger well design. It's going a little bit stronger, a little bit bigger here, but nevertheless I think it looks pretty cool. So we're still keeping that same theme with the grindstone, like it's a wrapped up chain within a coil there, which I love. I think that looks really, really nice. A great way of adding that. And as you can see here, we're using the warped wood for the roof here, and that just adds a pop of color. It's just a bright looking well. So I think this is really cool. One of the things that you can take out the grindstone in the middle here and take out the chain, and potentially you can make this a little bit bigger and surround your end portal, your exit portal in the end with this design, which I think would be a really cool thing to do if anybody did decide to do that. Now, obviously you have to make it bigger to fit around the portal and so on, or maybe you could build this above the portal and you can hop down into the well, and that's how you get to the overworld from there out of your end. But either way, I think this is a really cool design, and it definitely adds a lot of inspiration. Well, let's say you didn't want to build the end portal version well, the end themed well, you can build this one. This one is basically the same design as the end portal themed one, but this one is a little bit different. It's a little bit more of a kingdom style well design. So It's going a little bit more richer looking. It's going a little bit more using the gold blocks kind of mixed in there. You have a little bench off to the side here. There's not as much clutter around it. You know, we have the barrels, but it's a nice clutter. And we have some lanterns, and we also have a bell over here as well. So just kind of hanging some things with the flower pot, just decorating it up a little bit. And I'll just do a little fly around so you guys can see. Build this. But yes, this is a very rich looking well. You might find this as like a little in the kingdoms, more like, whereas the first design that we've seen today is more for like a village. It's more simpler. It's more, you know, practical. Whereas this one is like very like a town center kind of piece. It's the center of the town. It's got the bell so you can ring it if there's like ever a raid going on or whatever. So yeah, this one really looks cool. I love how it turned out. I love that it's a rich looking well. It's got that nice upper class feel and feels upgraded from the first design, and it's a nice alternative to, as we said, the end themed well over here. So just a nice little alternative. This next design is really stretching the idea of what a well could potentially be. You could think of it as like a magical essence coming from a ancient ruin ground of some sort, and that's what we got here, like this magical well design using a little bit of the fog technique. Now if you had multiple layers, we're limited because we're on a super flat world here, but if you were to expand this all the way down into the ground, into your world, it'll look like fog, which is a really, really cool effect. Now this could be like a magical pool, maybe some like holy essence of some sort, or like a acid potentially. Who knows? Your imagination is what limits you there. But yeah, and you have like some particles coming out of the well, some magical arcane elements maybe coming out of the portal here, or not portal, but well. And yeah, it's just a really unique design. I'll just do a little bit of a fly around. Now I only have this gray here so you can see it, or else it would be all white and it's kind of hard to see. But yeah, as you can see, this is just a nice, clean, sort of almost kind of futuristic well design, but just it really gets your imagination kind of thinking like, oh, what if a well was like something like ancient or like magical or something along those lines, or maybe even futuristic. Maybe this is something that looks futuristic to you. I don't know. But I just really like this because I think this would just be a really cool thing for like in a mage's quarters. If you had that in your kingdom or whatever, this is something that is going to fit that area. Now you might say this is more on the lines of like a fountain of some sort, and you might be right, but this more is like a hole in the ground type of deal. It's the same sort of idea that a well has, so I wouldn't really say it's like a fountain, even though it does have the particles coming out. It's more of like a well, but either way, it just gets the gears turning, the creative gears in your head turning, and just thinking about like what, you know, a well actually is. But yeah, guys, that is all the designs I have for today. They are all really cool. Hopefully you enjoyed them. Let me know which one was your favorite, and if you do build them, let me know. And yeah, if you'd like to share screenshots or whatnot, join our Discord. It's the Afterlife Discord, and you can share screenshots on there and just at me in them and say, hey, Blondskunk, I built the well from this video or whatever. I built a certain build from your video, and I would love to check them out. I'd love to see what you guys did. But either way, hopefully this gives you a little bit of inspiration into different types of wells in Minecraft. And if you haven't already, please do hit the subscribe button. Also, leave a like on the video, and also ring the bell as well, because that's a thing people do nowadays. And as always, don't forget to be awesome, and I will see you guys next time.